So today, let's get into a really fascinating idea, how you can consciously, deliberately, evolve into the person you're truly meant to be. And you'll see this isn't about finding yourself. It's about actively building yourself. I mean, we've all heard this advice a million times, right? It's on coffee mugs, it's all over social media, it's in every graduation speech. And, on the surface, it sounds so good, so noble. But what if I told you that simple, well-meaning phrase might actually be the very thing that's holding you back from your real potential? Let's dig into why that might just be the case. This brings us to what some call the authenticity trap. It's this tricky idea that what we think of as our authentic self is usually just a reflection of our past, not a glimpse of our potential. Think about it. Your sense of self, what feels natural and real to you, it isn't some fixed, unchanging core you were born with. It's more like a collection of habits and beliefs that have been programmed into you over years and years by your family, your friends, your culture. It's what's familiar, but that doesn't mean it's all that's possible. So how exactly does this programming work? Well, it happens through something called identity-based conditioning. When you were a kid and you got praised for being quiet, your brain made a little note of that. Or maybe you were criticized for being too loud, another note. Now repeat that thousands of times and guess what? Those behaviors become automatic. They stop being things you do and they become who you are. And here's the kicker. There's a powerful neurological reason why trying to break free from all that conditioning feels so hard. Your brain is literally designed to keep you running on the same old tracks. Let me introduce you to your brain's default mode network, or DMN for short. The best way to think of this is as your internal autopilot. Its main job is to run all your learned behaviors, your identity scripts, without you even having to think about them. It's super efficient, yeah, but it's also the very thing that keeps you anchored to your past. So you can really see the two different modes we operate in. You've got the autopilot brain, it's fast, it's easy, but it only knows your history. Then you have the conscious brain, your prefrontal cortex. That's where real change happens, but it's effortful, it takes energy, and it's focused on the future. That struggle you feel when you try to change, that is a literal tug of war between these two systems in your brain. You ever get that nagging feeling, that kind of psychological friction? The sense that you're capable of so much more, but you just keep falling back into the same old patterns? Well, that feeling has a name. It's called identity misalignment. It is the deep discomfort you feel when your potential starts to outgrow your old programming.
Okay, but here's where the story gets really good. This is the hopeful part. The very same science that explains why we get stuck also hands us the keys to get unstuck.
And it all comes down to this incredible concept, neuroplasticity. Your brain, it's not a fixed block of concrete. It's much more like clay. Throughout your entire life, it has this amazing ability to rewire itself based on what you do and what you focus on. Change isn't just some fluffy self-help idea, it's biologically hardwired into you. So, how do we actually direct that change? We do it with what researchers call possible selves. And get this, research shows that having a really clear, vivid vision of the person you want to become is a way more powerful motivator for your actions today than just thinking about who you are right now. Your future self can literally start pulling your present self forward. All right, so this all sounds great in theory, but what does it look like in real life? How do we actually do it? Well, the science points to a clear, actionable, three-phase roadmap for transformation. It's a really simple but powerful loop. First up is awareness. You just start consciously noticing your autopilot patterns as they happen. Second is what's called liminal action. You take one tiny, manageable step toward that future self and, this part is absolutely crucial, you celebrate it. You generate a real positive emotion around it. And third is integration. You just repeat that process over and over until that new action becomes your new automatic. And listen, this isn't just a nice idea. This stuff works. Studies have shown that when people frame their goals as part of a new identity and they pair those little actions with immediate celebration, their adherence rate is 32% higher. That celebration, that feeling good, that's like the neurochemical glue that makes the new habit stick. Now, as you start taking these small steps, you're going to enter a phase called liminality. And let me tell you, it's that awkward, uncomfortable, in-between stage. You're not really your old self anymore, but the new self doesn't quite feel real yet either. It feels like you're faking it. And I need you to hear this loud and clear. That feeling of discomfort, that feeling of being an imposter in your own life, that is not a sign that you are failing. It is the physical, neurological sensation of your brain rewiring itself. It is literally what transformation feels like.
So, how can we wrap our heads around this whole process? Well, there's a classic metaphor that frames it perfectly, but now we can see it with a new neurological twist.
Just think about a caterpillar for a second. It's perfectly designed for its life of crawling on a branch. But to achieve its dream of flying, it can't just try to be a better, faster caterpillar. It has to undergo a total, fundamental transformation. So this isn't about hating the caterpillar. It's about recognizing that a caterpillar's skills just won't get you to the sky.
And this, for me, is the most beautiful part of the science. The potential for this profound change isn't something you have to go out and find somewhere. It is already inside you, right now. Just like the complete blueprint for the butterfly exists inside the caterpillar from day one.
So in the end, the question isn't about whether you're capable. It's about whether you'll make the choice. Will you consciously choose to enter that uncomfortable, messy, transformative phase, the chrysalis, to become who you're truly meant to be? Because the choice, well, the choice is always yours.